Travel executive Amanda Riley goes undercover to her dream destination, Vietnam, after a bad breakup. As she decides if the tour company is good enough for her firm to acquire, she finds herself falling for the dashing tour guide, Sin Thatch. Living in the beautiful city of Los Angeles, Amanda, who is working at Tourista World Travel as a travel executive, is handling a difficult client on call as her boss, Mona, feels stressed. She checks the photo the client sent her and informs the client that she has boarded the wrong booze cruise. Mona rolls her eyes as Amanda professionally handles the client and promises to send help. Mona congratulates her for the good job and informs her about another crisis that day. Mona tells her that Vietnam is part of the year's top 10 dream vacation locations, but because the company does not have any tour buses there, they are losing clients. Mona also informs Amanda about a solution with a mischievous smile. She tells Amanda about a family-run tour company in Vietnam, called Saigon Silver Star, which is planning to sell and she is excited about bidding on it. Amanda asks who can go as a secret shopper to figure out if the company is worth it. Mona informs Amanda that she was going to ask her, but she feels that Amanda's boyfriend John is going to propose that night. Mona tells her she has booked Amanda a manicure for the occasion. Amanda goes for her manicure and gets chatty with the woman doing her nails, who looks too disinterested in the conversation. Amanda tells her that her boyfriend is planning to propose, while the manicurist tries to feign interest. Amanda tells her that he is an accountant working on a tax fraud case. Reluctantly, the manicurist agrees to listen to the rest of Amanda's love story. Since she is rambling, the manicurist interrupts her to ask for the color she wants. Amanda first picks red but settles for a neutral nude shade, insisting that it is safe and reliable. Outside, Amanda examines her nails and feels pleased. Despite the stop sign, when she is about to step on the crosswalk, a biker barely misses her, giving her a scare. She enters her house and calls out to John, who jokingly pretends to be a handsome intruder. John looks nervous and asks her to sit for the conversation. He tells her how amazing it is that they have survived with each other for 5 years. He compares their relationship to a reliable American car. When he continues to be nervous, Amanda stops him and tells him that her answer is yes. John is confused and Amanda realizes he was trying to tell her about him moving to Ohio. Amanda is shocked as John nervously explains how his grad school roommate called him to his firm to head the accounting division. He tells Amanda it is a huge opportunity for him and says he does not want her to wait while he figures things out. He asks for a hiatus and Amanda slams the door on him. As Amanda sighs in shock, John keeps apologizing from behind the door and tells her that he loves her. Back in her office, Amanda walks back and forth in anger while telling Mona about what happened with John. She expresses her frustration and Mona tries to be supportive. She tells Amanda to go to Vietnam for a dream vacation and pose as their secret shopper for the next tour in 2 days from Ho Chi Minh City to Hanoi for the Vietnamese New Year, Tet. Amanda gets a dedicated look in her eyes and promises to put Tourista on the map in Vietnam as the best tour company. Amanda lands in Vietnam and is not able to find the baggage claim. She spots a local helping people out and puts on her Google Translator to ask him about her suitcase. She struggles to say something in proper Vietnamese for a bit, when he finally understands baggage claim. Amanda realizes he knows how to speak English and is just messing with her. He introduces himself to her as Sin Thatch, her tour guide from Saigon Silver Star. They head to the baggage claim and Amanda realizes that her bag is not there. They stand in line to complain to the airline staff, when Sin tells her he has a better way to get her bag back since he knows a guy who can help. Amanda hesitates and tells him she prefers to let the airport professionals handle the situation. The airport staff is not able to give her any answers and she heads out with Sin. Sin introduces Amanda to his cousin Ann, and tells her that her father, who is his uncle, owns Saigon Silver Star. Amanda comments how that makes Ann Sin's boss and they chuckle, and Ann tells Amanda she likes her style. When they discuss luggage, Ann tells Amanda not to worry as Sin knows a guy. Amanda, who is on her job, notices a tour group at a distance, and Sin calls them a corporate tour group. He observes how they will not be able to experience Vietnam like Amanda will. Amanda questions if Saigon also offers welcome water like the tour bus did, and Sin tells her they can get some at the hotel. Amanda wants to discuss the itinerary, but Ann tells her to relax as Sin handles everything. They reach the hotel and Sin takes Amanda to her room with an amazing view. Sin tells her about a group meeting later that day and Amanda insists that he should look at her itinerary. Sin tells her that he will handle everything as the tour guide. Amanda does not trust that Sin's guy will be able to find her bag and tells him that she has packed her toiletries and an extra shirt just in case. She tells him she was a Girl Scout and Sin asks her about it. They joke around when she asks him how he knows so much about Girl Scouts. He tells her he spent most of his childhood in the US. He gets ready to leave the room but warns her to not take a nap, as that is the only way to survive the jet lag. Amanda reaches the group meeting and Sin teases her about taking a nap. She tells him she felt disoriented after waking up and he asks if he can fix her a drink. She chooses white wine and heads over to sit with the tour group. She introduces herself and meets the family of 3, Sam, her wife Dom, and their daughter Robin. Dom and Robin are constantly on their phones. Sam apologizes to Amanda, who smiles and pockets her phone in solidarity. An excited Alex joins their table and makes them a part of his Facebook live stream. He tells the group how he has taken a gap year before starting college. An elderly couple then joins them and the wife teases her husband about taking a nap. Everyone welcomes Brian and Maya Conway, who tell them they are there for their honeymoon. Maya explains how they were too broke to take a trip when they were young, so decided to come when they are retired. They share a lovely kiss and Amanda is blown by their love. When she is asked about why she is in Vietnam, Amanda makes an excuse about being there to get away. Sam guesses that she just got dumped and Amanda is thrown off, but asks why Sam thinks so. Sam tells her that her drinking choices revealed it. Amanda blushes but says she just needed a vacation. Sin asks her what she does for work and Amanda quickly thinks of something to get out of the conversation, knowing that she cannot blow her cover at any cost. She suggests how they all should get to know each other better. Sin observes how Amanda is detail-oriented and has travel experience, so he jokes that she must be an assassin or a spy. Sin then welcomes the group to the Saigon Silver Star family and tells them their group is special because their trip coincides with Tet, which is the most important celebration in Vietnamese culture. He also tells everyone how it is a time for letting go of the past and embracing new possibilities. They then make a traditional Vietnamese toast and Sin informs Amanda that her suitcase has arrived. Amanda is impressed and teases him about having good connections. In her room, Amanda talks to Mona about her trip. Mona is excited to know more about Sin when Amanda tells her that he is very handsome, but his family owns the Saigon Silver Star, so it is not a good idea to be involved with him romantically. Mona tells her not to be a prude. Amanda informs her about their cycle tour of Ho Chi Minh City that day. Mona complains about her dull life back in Los Angeles and they both share a laugh. Amanda and Sin are sitting together during the cycle tour and he asks her again about why she is in Vietnam. She tells him she is going through something personal and wants to get out of her routine. Sin agrees that traveling is good for coming out of the comfort zone. She hesitates and tells him she used to travel a lot for work and mostly does a desk job now. She then tells him she has been researching Tet and is about to bring out another guidebook when Sin tells her to keep it away. They reach a market where Sin tells the group to go shopping. They are all excited and Amanda is impressed by the tote bags the group received. They go their separate ways and Amanda makes notes about the tour and includes how they need welcome water. But the totes are a nice touch. She walks around and spots Alex eating something with An. He asks her to smell it and Amanda is taken aback and disgusted by the smell. The group insists that durian tastes delicious. Amanda hesitates, but as everyone urges her to try it, she takes a bite with fear in her eyes. After trying it, she realizes it tastes amazing. At a shop, Amanda is browsing through some options when she spots a phoenix scarf. Sin comes from behind and informs her that it is a sacred creature in Vietnam symbolizing new beginnings. She loves it and agrees to buy it. Sin asks the seller for the price in Vietnamese and informs Amanda. Amanda is taking out money when Sin stops her. He tells her they need to bargain as the seller is trying to play Amanda. He counters and when she does not agree, Sin tells Amanda to walk away with him. He insists that if they walk, the seller will agree to their price. Amanda keeps the scarf back and starts walking, all the while checking if the seller will call her back. She is disappointed that the seller did not call them and Sin tells her not to be disheartened. She goes back to get the scarf and notices the shop has closed. Outside, she spots the group across the road and looks for the crosswalk. Sin tells her to just stick her hand out and walk across. Amanda is afraid and when Sin notices she is not moving, he crosses towards her and takes her hand, and manages to bring her to the other side. Amanda is excited and thanks Sin, telling him she would not have done that on her own. Sin tells her to not sell herself short and not limit herself. Back on the bus, they are headed to Hanoi and when Amanda gets a list from Mona for the tourist spots she wants her to check. Mona tells her to decide soon before Tourista makes an offer to Saigon and Amanda tells her she is still getting to know their work. At their destination, Amanda tells Sin to take a look at the tourist site she wants to visit, based on the list Mona sent her. Sin tells her how it is not practically possible to see everything, and that people can burn out if they travel too much. He tells her that the Saigon experience involves seeing where the day takes you, and Amanda insists on sticking to her list. Sin tells her to be more impulsive. The next morning, they visit a temple where Anne informs the group that it is closed for the lion dance practice for Tet. Everyone is disappointed and Sin gets an idea and informs the group he has a guy who can help. The group manages to witness the lion dance practice and Sin and Amanda smile at each other while they watch. She tells him she is impressed with his connections and that he is very good at his job. With that compliment, Sin puts a hand on his chest to savor the moment. She tells him to not get used to the compliments, while Sin blushes and says he is honored. They enter a store for shopping where Robin wants to get something made. Her moms are shocked that she is asking for their permission. Robin then notices Alex choosing clothes and decides to help him out. Sin and An approach Amanda and he asks her if she is getting something. He tells her that the tradition on Tet is to wear new clothes to invite good luck in the new year. She agrees and asks for suggestions and Sin spots one. As they are leaving, Amanda gets a call from John. Before she can pick up, Sin tells her they are going somewhere special. She ignores the call and goes with Sin. In a dark alleyway, Sin tells her he intends to make up for not going by her list. As they turn around a corner, Amanda is left speechless by the beautiful decorations of the city. Amanda tells him she is giving him a second compliment, which is that he understood what she needed to see. She asks Sin about his tour guide experience, and he tells her he just started 5 minutes 6 years ago and was in the US before that, as his mom wanted him to get a corporate job. He tells her since the time he started being a tour guide, he has been hooked. Sin takes her to another spot where they light candles and make a wish. Sin wants to know what she asked for, and she says she cannot disclose as the wish might not come true. They visit Da Nang, where Amanda relaxes on the beach. Robin teaches Alex how to take selfies properly. Sin then comes out after a swim and Amanda looks at him and smiles. She takes a selfie and posts it on Instagram. Sin comes to her and suggests they should go row the same boat Robin and Alex are enjoying. Amanda hesitates but agrees. She asks him if he has done it before and he confesses it is his first time. Amanda suggests that he should try to wiggle the paddle and he hands it to her to try. As Amanda fails in her attempt, they both fight for the paddle and fall off the boat. In the water, Amanda pretends she cannot swim and Sin tries to help her, but she reveals she is joking and pushes him back into the water. They dry themselves when Anne informs them that there is a 3-hour wait for the Golden Hand Bridge tickets. The group is disappointed and Amanda asks Sin if he has a guy to help with that. Sin instead gets an idea for a new destination which he claims is better. Amanda again does not believe him, but they head towards Sin's place. Sin brings them to my son's sanctuary, and Amanda is mesmerized. Sin explains how the site holds ancient Hindu temples built by the ancestors of the Cham people. He tells the group to explore the area and Amanda starts feeling the impact of the experience. She asks Sin if this place is on the usual tour route and Sin explains that tourists want to see the popular places, but this place is something else. Amanda tells him she can feel the place affecting her. She then surprises Sin by telling him that she wants to forget her guidebook and experience more such places. The next morning, Sin announces another change in their itinerary, and looking at Amanda, he says that Saigon is taking customer requests very seriously. They get on a bus and Amanda enjoys the scenic route. In between, Amanda keeps glancing at Sin and Sin also looks back at her and smiles as he sees her taking pictures. They deboard at the location and Sin conveys that they have reached Thon Chang, their family village. The group is excited and as Anne and Sin lead the way, Sin tells Anne he did not tell their grandma about this visit. Their grandma walks up to them and she pretends to not recognize Sin when he walks up to her. He goes in for a hug and tickles her. When she sees Anne, she tells Sin he should visit more often, like Anne does. After this exchange, they introduce Grandma to the group and tell them they can call her Ba Noi. Amanda is pleased to meet Ba Noi and tries to express it using the translator app in Vietnamese. Ba Noi senses that Sin likes Amanda and asks him, who dismisses the topic and addresses the tour group. He informs them of their sleeping arrangements and Ba Noi insists that she wants Amanda to stay with her. They have an intimate bonfire with plenty of food and chatter. Amanda is sitting a little away from the group and starts listening to a voicemail from John. Just then, Sin walks up to her and asks her how she is doing. She keeps her phone away and tells him how impressed she is with the countryside. Sin explains how village life has changed over time, but some things have stayed the same. He says he wants people to experience different parts of their culture. Amanda admits how she is scared of Ba Noi and Sin tells her not to worry. Anne then calls him to clean up the place and Sin leaves. Amanda wakes up after hearing bangs and Sin comes in, informing her that Ba Noi is an early riser. He gives her equipment for cleaning and tells her how it is important to clean before the new year arrives. They spend the time cleaning and decorating the house, and Amanda learns how to clean utensils under Ba Noi's watchful eyes, which makes her conscious. Everyone enjoys the culture and their tasks. Sin and Amanda pray with Ba Noi, and Amanda tells him how she reminds her of her grandmother, who was also very tough. She tears up as she describes how her grandma passed away. Sin tells her to send her a message on Tet to pay her respects. Sin and Ba Noi then burn offerings to ancestors to ask for their blessings, and Sin and Amanda smile at each other, which Ba Noi also notices. Amanda heads out with Ba Noi's grocery list and Sin takes her to the market on his bike. Sin is excited and shares some ideas with Amanda about how he is hoping to take over the business after his uncle retires. He discusses his plans for providing tourists with unforgettable experiences. Amanda hesitates and gets uncomfortable, and is about to ask him if he knows his uncle is selling the business, when Sin interrupts her and they cannot finish the conversation. Amanda feels confused about Sin in her room when Anne comes in to check on her. Ba Noi also comes in, wanting to talk to Amanda. Anne informs Amanda that Ba Noi wants to know about her intentions with Sin. Amanda tells her that she is single and that she finds Sin very handsome, but she just wants to be friends with him. Ba Noi says she does not believe her as she knows Amanda makes Sin smile. When Ba Noi leaves, Anne asks Amanda if she likes him, and she tells her that things are complicated. Anne mentions it might be their last trip as her father is thinking of selling the business. She tells Amanda that even Sin does not know and that she will tell him after the tour ends. Amanda wakes up and is greeted by Sin. Preparations are in full swing for decorating Ba Noi's house for the new year and everyone contributes. Brian tells Maya that she looks beautiful and apologizes for not taking her on more such trips. Meanwhile, Ba Noi is thrilled to have Sin over for Tet, and he promises to keep coming. He gets distracted as he watches Amanda enter in traditional attire. He gets up to meet her and tells her he predicts that she will have a lucky new year. The group laughs, celebrates, and dances with Sin and his family. As Amanda stands in a corner and watches them, Sin dances and comes towards her and offers his hand. They then dance happily with the group. After the event, Amanda and Sin go for a stroll, and Amanda thanks Sin for making her experience so special with his family. She tells him that she feels the trip has changed her. Amanda then tries to tell Sin about Tourista buying the business, but is unable to say what she wants. Sin assumes that she wants him to kiss her, and giving in, they share a beautiful kiss. The next morning, they thank the hosts for their hospitality and Ba Noi tightly hugs Amanda. As Sin goes to hug Ba Noi, she tells him not to mess things up with Amanda. He blushes and tells her he will not. On the bus, Sin tells the group he is taking them to the Thang Long Water Puppet Theater that night, and that they will be picking up a new tour guest on the way. While everyone is getting off the bus, Amanda gets a text from Mona telling her that another company wants to make an offer to Saigon. Amanda tells Mona to make sure they get the offer first. When they reach the hotel, they meet the new tour guest, which happens to be John. He tells them that he is Amanda's boyfriend. Sin is shocked and Amanda immediately clarifies that he is an ex-boyfriend. John and Amanda take a stroll and John tells her he saw the bag in her beach photo of Saigon and called the tour company and booked the flight to Vietnam to meet her. She reminds him that she is undercover and that John should not mention anything. John then nervously tells her that he has thoughts about future plans with her. Amanda talks to Mona on the phone, who is excited about a possible love triangle between Sin, Amanda, and John. She asks Amanda what she wants to do, who tells her that Sin is exciting but John is comfortable, and that she does not know if her romance with Sin is real. Mona tells her she submitted her proposal for Saigon and Amanda asks her to tell her when the deal goes through. Sin tells the group about water puppetry and John excitedly comments how much Sin knows about Vietnam. Looking irritated, Sin tells John that it is his job. As people head inside, Amanda tries giving Sin an explanation about John. They both share that the kiss meant something to them. Amanda sits in the middle of John and Sin. John is excited about the show but Amanda keeps looking at Sin for his reaction. When they are sitting for dinner after the show, Anne gets a call and tells Sin that her dad sold their tour company to Tourista. John automatically reacts and Amanda realizes she needs to confess, so she tells Sin that she is a travel executive with Tourista. Sin gets up to leave and Amanda follows him. He asks if everything was just business for her. She says it was initially but not anymore. He tells her he cannot believe her anymore and tells her to leave. John and Amanda take a walk the next morning, and John tells her that they can do long distance because he will only be in Ohio for 1 year. He tells her he is ready to commit to her and make sacrifices for her, and Amanda points out that being with her should not feel like a compromise. John realizes she does not want to be with him and Amanda tells him that she is glad that they got to have this conversation in person. John tells her that he will book a flight and they hug goodbye. Anne apologizes to Sin for not telling him about the company. He tells her he feels like he is losing everything and wants to go clear his head. Amanda talks to Mona on the phone and tells her how great the trip experience has been. She says that she knows the entire group also felt similarly and that her clients will love this experience. She also tells Mona to let Sin lead in Vietnam because he is the right partner, and Mona agrees. Thrilled by this talk, Amanda goes to find Sin. Amanda asks Anne about Sin, who tells her that his bus leaves in 30 minutes. She also gives Amanda a package from Sin, which has the scarf. Amanda is overwhelmed and determined to stop Sin, and Anne offers to drive her to the opera house. As they get stuck in traffic, Amanda walks the rest of the way and spots Sin. He is across the road and the traffic is intense, but Amanda knows she has to reach him on time. Despite her fears, she crosses the road without a crosswalk and reaches Sin. She apologizes for lying to him and tells him how he has taught her to experience life in a very different way. She also tells him that Tourista will be the partner but he and Anne can continue running the business. She thanks him for the scarf and he asks what she wished for in Hoi An. She says she just wanted to be happy and when he asks how, she tells him she knows a guy. With that, they both smile and share a beautiful kiss.